Well, hello everyone. Clay Parrish with the NSR, alongside Mick Bellamy, Ryan Michael, Jeff Nemechek, and intern Kyle Real. I'm going to do our sale reports here a little differently than maybe usual for the magazine. Going to video these and post them to the public where you can watch and listen through our comments and discussion about the sale reports. But we're going to start off here talking about the draft. And the draft has really became an event that we look forward to every year, and it's kind of the kickoff for our summer events, and what I call, the monster that is May to August. But it's really become a pillar of the NSR and something that we truly look forward to every year. This year grossed over 700,000 on I think 70 or so lots. So just a crazy event that as we continue to grow. And it was something we really started out of necessity with the pandemic, and now it's become something that we really look forward to and has become a big part of what we do every year. So what we're going to do is just kind of a roundtable discussion. Each guy's going to pick a breed and kind of discuss the high points of the event and where things went and so on and so forth. So we're going to start off with Mick. Hey, he's going to discuss the Duroc offering and where they ended up.
Yeah, good morning, everybody. This is Mickey Bellamy here in Oklahoma. The draft was a tremendous event. It totaled over 700,000, by far the best draft that we've ever had, and we want to thank everybody for that participated in it, for being a part in it. We look forward to working with you on it next year. We led the draft sell off with the Brett Byers boar. That guy was tremendous. That hog had muscle and look and a absolutely perfect hip and hind leg. Found a great home with Kane Super Sires and Doug Stewart there in Iowa. That boar will be available for the public to sample, and do yourself a favor, call those guys and get on the books to use him. He brought 62,000. The fellas there at Crossroads bought an outstanding pair of red boars. They bought the McDonald hog for 35,000 and one of the Blaine Olson boars for 30,000. Both those boars were actually pretty similar. Extra stout, big skulled, big feet, big front legs. Again, really good on their feet and legs. True and square up high. That was a good pair of boars. They're available. They're available there at Crossroads during the week. Blaine's other boar brought about 13 or 14,000. He went to Southern Gold there to Bill Rosenbaum. Probably a little better looking than the boar that Crossroads got. Not quite as thick up high, maybe not quite as opened up when he came right at you, but that guy was stout and big ribbed. Another tremendous Duroc boar. The Shees hog brought 20,000. He went to Swinson, I believe, Seth Swinson,
Yep.
there in Illinois. That was a really good looking hog. That was a young January boar. There in May he was pretty small still, but man, that guy was correct. He was square built. He was really good looking and had some really good littermate sisters that I saw there at the house when I went to see him before the sale. That's sure a boar that can do some things if put on the right sows. Um, the Juice Burns boar brought $20,000. He went to Schaefer's. We saw him there at the open house this past Saturday. Typical Juice Burns hog, stout skulled, notch bigger framed, good on his feet and legs. Had the old Danica sow on both sides of his pedigree. That's sure another one that those Juice Burn hogs have really generated here in the past several years. Do yourself a favor if you've got some red sows and give that one a shot on a few of them. But all in all, the Duroc sale was tremendous. It was very good. Red hogs are in a good place right now, and it was enjoyable watching those red pigs sell.
Absolutely. Well, thank you, Mick, for discussing the Duroc boards there for the draft. I think next we're going to kick it over to Ryan, and he's going to discuss the Yorkshire sale for us.
Yep, thank you, Clay. I thought the Yorkshires were extremely, or were a very strong set in the draft. I probably had as many calls just about Yorkshire boars,
Mm-hmm.
maybe as I had of any of the breeds. The top selling boar in the sale was a Yorkshire from Steve Cobbin family. Had the opportunity to go look at that one at the farm prior to the draft, and then saw him around Expo time there at Crossroads as well. Impressive both times. That one's hind leg and just length of stride. Flexibility is really good. Great look up through his front 1/3, was still having some muscle shape up high. Get a hold of Crossroads if you want to use the Cobb boar. Reynolds Farms here in Ohio had our second top selling Yorkshire boar, sold to Laird's Premium Blend for 40,000. Got to see him in my travels as well leading up to the draft. That one had some bone and some foot, square built. Looked like he'll make some junior gilts and some junior barrows. And again, he resides at Laird's. Just saw him a couple days ago at their open house. Another Yorkshire boar that I was very, very impressed with on my visit was the boar there at McCoy and Malcolm. A little bit older hog. I think first pigs are hitting the ground now out of them that a few select breeders have used. But I would definitely have that one on my list to check out. We saw him just a few days ago at Upper Hands Open House, and I thought my read on him was very similar to what I saw there that day at Mike's. He's got a breeding hog skull to him. He's got some back shape and some rib, square build and comfortable. A boar that's definitely worth checking out. As a whole, I thought the Yorkshires were extremely good, and they sold accordingly. So make sure you check those boars out and a few other boars there when making your breeding decisions.
Absolutely. Thank you, Ryan. Again, a tremendous set of Yorkshires that sold very, very well that we think can do a lot of good for the breed moving forward with some different pedigrees scattered in there as well. Next, we're going to kick it over to Jeff. He's going to discuss the Deep Hampshire offering and where things shook out.
Yep. Thanks. Thanks, Clay. Tremendous set of Hampshire boars, really to start our summer off with. There's 5 boars in particular. The top selling Hampshire boar was from Heimer Hampshire's, a Faxon, tremendously stout, powerful, really heavy boned. I saw that boar just a few weeks ago at Southern Gold is where he went for 25,000. Still very, very impressive. Tremendous look, tremendous shape. Very, very correct on his feet and legs. Kyle Beatty had a pair of traded up sons, different mommies, but both out of traded up for muscle hogs. Still really, really correct. The female maker, in my opinion, went to Chuck and Ben Olson. Really correct on his feet and legs. Awesome in terms of his proportions, length of hip and step from behind. Really, really good. And then the one that looks like can make Hampshire show pigs. Went to Top Cut, incredible back shape, really, really square from behind with a tremendous look. Next Hampshire boar was from Flash Polars, a little older. I think he was an August born boar that was sired by Viper. Showtime Sires picked that boar up for 15,000. Really heavy bone, tremendous look, really, really powerful boar. If you need a shot more bone and stoutness, for sure look that boar up. And then the final Hampshire boar that's worth mentioning, Robert Meeker and family had an exclamation son that Upper Hand bought for $8,000. Tremendously stout, really, really powerful. Just it looks like a great Hampshire sire.
Absolutely. A really good Hampshire sale. And like you said, Jeff, it was an awesome way to kind of kick off the summer for the Hampshire breed, and excited to see how those hogs breed and breed on and where they make their mark, and gotten to see several of those here in the last several weeks. Excited to see how things shake out. Next, we're going to kick it over to intern Kyle. He's going to talk about a few of the crossbred boars and a very, very neat landrace hog.
Yes, sir. Well, I think starting off here on the crossbred side of things, the Bar T Jacob Barr crossbred boar went to Shipley Swine Genetics for $12,000. I think a boar that's very impressive in terms of squareness, chest width, rib shape, and just true genuine muscle. Still comes with a really good look from the side. He can complement a wide variety of different kinds of crossbred sows. I think another one that's definitely worth mentioning was the Reese and Thompson boar. Moyers bought him for $30,000. That boar is really unique in his look, really big legged, really cool from the side. If you want to make ones that have that show bearer look, he's certainly one that I would consider going out and getting some semen on. And then finally, the landrace show maybe didn't have the numbers that some other breeds did, but man, it sure was exciting because that king boar that ends up going to Isaac Beeman for $41,000. He was bred by Austin Kinchy. He's a high heat, timing's right. Really impressive boar from the side there. Again, very unique. in his look, his hind leg assembly, and his levelness for the landrace breed. Certainly one that can add a lot of value to the landrace breed.
Yes, thank you, Kyle. Excited to see how that king boar is used in the cross boars as well. One more boar that I just wanted to take a second to mention was one of our Berkshire entries from RBV Berkshires there in Kentucky. Jim McCoy had went down and saw that pair of boars, and one of those boars ends up at Premium Blend for 50,000. So wanted to make sure note of that one, and got to see him there the other day at Premium Blend's open house, and he sure looks the part. Big in his outline, but big-footed, heavy structured, good about his look. Still has a hip and hind leg that works the way it's supposed to. So be sure to check that Berkshire boar out there as well. So that was just a little roundtable discussion. Again, an awesome draft, an event that we're going to continue to look forward to each and every year to really kickstart things as the NSR goes into the summer. So thanks for tuning in. Any questions or any discussion about any of the boars that we've discussed, please feel free to reach out to any of us here, the field staff, myself, Clay Z, or I think intern Kyle would maybe answer a question or two as well. So we appreciate you taking your time. Enjoy the rest of your day.